What's up, guys? Welcome to the channel. I've been meaning to try to get a video up here for a while, but basically what this video is going to be is my week of training. I'm going to take you along for some big sessions. Today is Monday, March 23rd. It was a pretty easy day. We just had a swim workout in the morning that was all aerobic, and then an upper body lift in the afternoon. Tomorrow is a big day. A lot of big workouts this week, so follow along and I'll show you what it's like to be training for an Ironman while in college. What is up, guys? As you can see, we're on the bike. It's Tuesday morning, about 30 minutes into this 2-hour ride. And the plan for today is to try to hold right around my Ironman race power, which is like 190 watts. We're gonna try to hold that for an hour and a half continuously. So I'm about 10 minutes into that interval right now. And it's gonna be hard, but we're gonna get it done. Let's go.
I'm looking for a new squad. I'm just a punching bag and I'm tired now.
All right, guys. 55 minutes left in this ride, just about. Today was supposed to be a threshold day, and I was just not feeling it when I was warming up, so I decided to go for more of a tempo ride instead, holding 190 watts for like a little over 90 minutes. And this is something I would have probably pushed through and tried it on the workout in the past, but I know I have a run and a swim later today, so do I want to completely cook myself on the bike when my legs are feeling kind of shot and not be able to do the other two workouts? No. This is part of training smarter, and I think the reason why I was so cooked today is, now that I look back, I've done basically 2 threshold bike workouts every week for the past like 8 weeks. So maybe it's time to take a week where I just do like an endurance or stuff like that. Obviously the threshold workouts are fun, they get you more fit, but that is a lot of stress on your muscles, a lot of stress on your body. So, trying to be smart. Maybe moving forward I do something where it's like 3 weeks of threshold, then a week of endurance, and then just keep doing that. But still getting really good quality work in today on the bike. Holding that race pace power for about 90 minutes. So, gonna finish up this ride and get running. Alright, guys, so the first part of the day is done. We finished up that ride, wound up being 2 hours, and then did the 5-mile runoff. So I guess the stats are from the ride, it was 43.2 miles, average power was 187, but that big set was 90 minutes at 190 watts, so I'm pretty happy with that. And then the run was 5 miles at an 8:16 pace, average heart rate was 142, so kept it pretty easy. Now we've got a little bit of breakfast. We've got a bagel, everything bagel toasted with a couple eggs on each, so 4 eggs total, some cottage cheese, and a little bit of Green Dragon hot sauce from Trader Joe's, which is so good. So I'm gonna eat this, maybe have like a banana, some electrolytes, and then head over to the pool. So pretty happy with how that morning went.
Lap 24, 122.
2050's done. Time to cool down. Alright guys, here we are, bright and early on Wednesday morning. We're at the track. Just finished up a 2.5 mile warm-up in the trainers, the New Balance Rebels. Love these. Now we're getting into a 10 by 800 meter repeats on 1 minute rest. Gonna aim for these all to be around like under 6 minute per mile pace for sure. First couple are usually a little slower, but we have the Adidas Boston 13s speed shoes. Let's get to ripping these 800s. I'm excited. Let's do it. All right, first one done in 3 minutes. Usually the first one's the slowest, so I'll take it. 9 more. Let's go. Three down. Whew. 800s are hard, but I think these are one of the best types of repeats you could do, just to build overall speed, get the VO2 max up. So 7 more. All right guys, so 5 repeats in right now. We're halfway done. I'm honestly feeling pretty good. These are very hard efforts, right? It's supposed to get your heart rate up. It's supposed to get you exhausted, and these are my favorite type of workouts because I know I'm getting so much faster right now just from the speed. And literally the night before every one of these workouts, I'll literally get nervous, and sometimes I'll even have a hard time sleeping just because I know that it's gonna hurt, I know that it's gonna suck, but we get it done, and this is how we get better, and I love that. 5 more. Six in. So far, all the paces have been under a 2:58 or a 3 minute flat was the first one. So 4 more, feeling good. I love this workout. I'm hyped right now. Let's go. All right, guys, 8 down, which means we only have 2 left, which really means I only have 1 left because the last rep doesn't count. So if I can just make it through this rep, we'll be good. Still holding a good pace. Last number 8 was at a 5:44 minute per mile pace, so try to stay right around there for the last 2. All right, so I wrapped up that workout. It wound up being 10 miles total. Finished up those 800s, had a 2.5 mile warm up and a 2.5 mile cool down. That's my first like full speed workout back 3 weeks into running, and honestly, it felt really, really good. All those 800s were, at the end, they were right around like 253 max. So I was pretty happy with that. And it is only 8:40. We got that done really early, and I have the whole rest of the day now. I'm going to head back to my apartment, eat some breakfast. Then we have a 1 hour easy bike ride. Then I have class. And then after class, I'm going to the gym to hit legs. So that should be fun. And then today's Wednesday. I'm actually going home tomorrow during the day, and I'm going to get an outdoor ride in because it's going to be beautiful out. So later in the day, I'm also going to pack up my bike and my trainer in my car. And yeah, let's have a great rest of the day. Honestly, you really can't start off a day better than that, crushing a workout. So I'm excited to go eat up, fuel up, and then hop on the bike. All right, guys, here's the fit. Just picked up this jersey from the shop. Got my bib on under here, heart rate monitor, helmet, sunglasses, and my shoes, the Specialized Torch 1.0s. Here's the bike. Let's take this baby out for a ride. It's beautiful out. All right, guys. I am about halfway done, like 26 miles in. And dude, most insane headwinds that I've ever dealt with on the whole way out. There was multiple times that I thought I was going to fall off my bike just because of how strong the wind was. Anyways, I held like 18 miles an hour, which there was a ton of elevation, and with the headwind, I'm pretty happy with that. So now I get to go back with the tailwind, and I'm hoping to go a little bit faster, feel a little bit better. Just out on the side of the road right here, right along the Delaware River in Frenchtown. So now it's just time to head back. Jersey's doing pretty good, and yeah, let's go back. Let's go, guys. I finished up that long ride. It was 54 miles. Average speed was like 18.5 miles an hour with 2,500 feet of gain. Definitely, like, I picked a hilly course. Just I'm trying to get used to those hills for Ironman Lake Placid. And I don't really care about average speed that much on these rides. My bike isn't, you know, the fastest to be riding out on these hills, but I am borrowing a nice, like, TT triathlon, like, racing bike that's very aerodynamic for Ironman Lake Placid and Jerseyman in May. And, you know, I'll also have my tri-suit on and my aero helmet, so I'll be going a little bit faster. But yeah, overall I was really happy with that ride today. I felt pretty good. Like I said, the headwind, it was an out and back, so the headwind on the way out was just absolutely insane. I think I went like 2 miles an hour faster on the way back. I was probably around 20 miles an hour on the way back. So yeah, I'm happy with that ride. And yeah, so that's a 3,400 yard swim this morning, and then a 54-mile ride outside, hitting the pool again tomorrow morning. And look at this, dude. Beautiful day. Absolutely beautiful day. Just letting my body absorb the sun. And outdoor rides are just so much fun when it's nice out like this. I'm back in the same spot as yesterday. It's now Friday. Woke up early this morning, swam. I had work all day, and now I'm about to go run. To be honest, today's swim and Thursday's swim yesterday felt like absolute garbage. Literally felt like I have never swam a day in my life. But that's part of the game, you know? You're not always going to feel good, and I understand that, but I still got those workouts done. I still did them. And yeah, that's 13K swam in the pool this week, so I can't ask for much more than that. I'm now swimming Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. Obviously, as I get closer to like the Ironman, I want to ramp those swims up in volume, maybe get closer to like 20K a week, which is a lot, but that's what we're looking at if I want to perform at the level that I think I will. And now we're just going out for a little 8-mile easy run. Should be nothing too crazy. Yeah, let's do it. What's up, guys? Just about 6 miles in, a little bit over. And in a lot of my workouts, in this workout, like, I didn't start feeling good, feeling like I was in a rhythm until like half a mile ago. And I'd say like less than 5% of my workouts, I'll start and I'll be like, all right, today I feel good. Today's gonna be a good day. And when that happens, it's great, don't get me wrong. But 95% of the time, I start and I'm like, I really don't want to do this. My body hurts, and it's just pushing past that resistance. Like, especially on the bike sometimes, man. Like, I won't feel good for 2 hours, and then I'll start to feel good. And I guess that's a good thing as like a long endurance athlete. But yeah, it's just makes me think about when you're like doing anything hard, there's gonna be a period of like resistance and the world and other forces like pushing back at you, and you got to push past that, man. If you don't, you'll never do anything good, you'll never do anything fulfilling, and it's all part of the game. I love having these little talks when I'm like working out, because when I'm in this mindset, when I'm, you know, in a good workout, my thoughts are so clear. There's so much clarity in what I'm thinking, what I want with my life, and truly, there's nothing else I'd rather be doing right now at 5:05 p.m. on Friday afternoon. I love this. I love training. I love getting better. I'm nowhere where I want to be, at all, but I guarantee you that in due time I will, you know, reach great levels in this sport and in triathlon. I just know it. I feel it. Ever since I started doing this training, it's like I just knew this was my calling. I knew this is what I was meant to do. And I'm going to take it as far as I could possibly take it. I promise you guys that. I'm not even a year in, but I love this. And I'm fired up. Let's go. Alright guys, it's Saturday morning. We got a long ride, 3.5 hours with some intensity, as you can see on there. Just warming up, and I'm going to be watching the Ironman 70.3 Oceanside live stream the whole time. Getting a little motivation, and yeah, I love watching the pros, watching the greats. It inspires me. So we're going to ease into this ride. That doesn't look fun, but it's gonna get us better. Let's go. All right, guys. Kind of a little bit what I was saying yesterday, but the first like hour of this ride was all warm up. So I'm an hour and 2 minutes in. About to start pushing some good intensity, some good sweet spot and threshold intervals. And I feel really good right now after just warming up for an hour, getting the blood flow in my legs, and I feel ready to attack these intervals. I feel strong. It takes me a while to get that power in my legs, to get that feeling that I can push, but here we are. Let's do it. All right, guys, just finished up like a 25-minute interval at sweet spot power, hour and a half in, and now we're gonna move into some threshold over-unders, which will probably be the hardest part of the workout. So let's get it done. I'm feeling strong today. Really strong, happy. Got about 2 hours left. Let's go. All right, guys. Ooh, it's dark in here. But over-unders are done. 2 hours and 3 minutes in. What we've got left is a 20-minute endurance block, and about 45 minutes, there we go, of sweet spot work, which is going to be hard after that threshold that I just did. I'm feeling good. This is going to be an all-time ride right here. 3.5 hours, a lot of good intensity, just in recovery after those over-unders right now, and watching the Oceanside live stream. Yeah, feeling good. Could be around 200 miles on the bike this week. But yeah, here's the chart if anybody's interested. So you get to see I just did that threshold. Got some sweet spot work coming up right there. 2 hours and 4 minutes in. Only 135 watts right now, just recovering. But yeah, let's go. All right, guys, got the headband on. 3 hours into this ride. Just finished up a big interval. All we've really got left is 10 minutes at 90% of my FTP, which will be 243 watts. And then we're done. And this is probably one of the best rides I've ever had on an indoor trainer. Most efficient. You suffer in training so you could thrive during the race. And I'm fired up. I'm crushing this workout. I'm gonna crush this last interval. This is gonna be a huge week on the bike. Like, I'm so fired up right now. Man, you have these workouts that are big, that are scary, and you get through them, and that self-belief just skyrockets. And I'm fired up. Woo! 10 minutes left. Alright guys, I just finished up my run. I didn't record much because I honestly didn't record anything because I didn't want to bring my phone with me. But I banged out that run at a great pace, and I wanted to show you guys the shoes that I've been loving since like September of 2025. These are the Asics Sonic Blast. I've been using them for long runs where I try to push the pace a little bit, maybe go at like a tempo and stuff like that. I absolutely love these shoes. I've used them for big long run workouts. Like I said, I've used them for long run tempos. Like today I did a 12-mile tempo. The average pace was 6:35, and I absolutely just love these shoes. They got a good amount of pop to them. They're light, they're bouncy, and yeah, I highly recommend them, the Asics Sonic Blast. So now what I'm going to do is hop on the bike for a half an hour, just riding at 50% on my FTP. Super, super easy, just to get more blood flow in those legs and some active recovery. Alright, just on the bike, spinning easy. But I mentioned yesterday how I love watching, like, you know, these professional triathletes and the greats, I guess you could say, the top guys in the world when I'm riding my bike. And it just motivates me. It gets me through some hard rides. So watching Jamie Riddle's video right now. And yeah, I love watching these guys. I love watching them push themselves. It inspires me to do the same thing. So just spinning really, really easy. Getting some extra blood flow in here. And this will be the last workout of the week. Alright guys, so that is kind of what a full week of training looks like. I tried to capture as much as I could. Obviously this is the first video I'm making, so it's going to be a little bit of a learning process, and you know how to make these videos, and my goal is to just capture and document as much of what I'm doing, and if people draw inspiration from that, if people find that cool or like what I'm doing, then you know that's really what I want. What I'm going to do now is go through what I did every single day for training, the weekly totals, and you know just kind of give a recap of how I felt during these workouts. So Monday morning we did a swim. It was a lot of drills and a lot of pulling. It was 3,500 yards. The average pace was 137 per 100 yards. Felt decent on this swim, just trying to recover. And then also later in the day on Monday, I did an upper body lift. Tuesday, we had that 2-hour ride with 90 minutes at 190 watts. Average power for the whole ride was 187, 43 miles. Did a 5-mile run off of the bike at an 8:16 pace. And then we had that big VO2 swim set on Tuesday. It was 3,200 yards, was the entire workout with the warm-up and the cool-down. Average pace was 129 per 100. Wednesday morning, went to the track, had that workout with the 800s. That was 10 miles at a 6:48. And then after that, we did an hour on the bike. Average power 181, 22 miles. Spin out the legs. And then later on Wednesday, we also did a lower body lift. Then Thursday, we did a very, very easy swim in the morning, 3,500 yards with some pulling and some kicking. And then we had that outdoor ride on Thursday, 54 miles with 2,500 feet of gain. Friday, we had another swim, which was supposed to be hard, and I felt like absolute garbage. Like, honestly, this was just not a great week of swimming. I really did not feel good at all this week, but it was 3,400 yards swim on Friday. And then had an easy 8-mile like zone 2 run in the afternoon. The average pace was 7:59 for that. Saturday we had that big bike ride, 76 miles. Average power was 200. We had some sweet spot intervals and some threshold work in here. I was really, really happy with how that ride went. Probably one of the best rides I've done on the indoor trainer, so super stoked with that. 3 hours and 25 minutes. And then today, Sunday, we had, I didn't really document much of the run, but I was just in the zone the whole time. It was 12 miles. Average pace was a 6:35. Average heart rate was 155, which is pretty low for that pace. So I'm really, really happy with how the run's been feeling, just getting back from injury. And then I did an 11-mile bike ride after the run, just to flush out the legs. And so the weekly totals this week, on the bike, we did 9 hours and 52 minutes, 208 miles. Swimming, 3 hours and 38 minutes, 13,643 yards, 2 hours of weight training, and 35 miles of running, 4 hours and 13 minutes. Not the biggest week I've ever done, certainly a big week. I have done bigger weeks in the past, but I think just the key workouts that I had this week, like especially the long run today and the long ride, just hitting those like threshold numbers felt really, really good. The swim did not feel great this week, but on the run and the bike, I felt really, really good. And just being able to run 35 miles after really not running for 8 weeks is something I'm super happy with. I'm super happy with how my running fitness has gotten even better since I've taken the time off, which is weird. And I think maybe it's just because my muscles got a break and I still built up a bunch of fitness throughout that time swimming and biking. So yeah, total time trained this week was 19 hours and 55 minutes, so a 20-hour week. Gonna look to kind of keep similar volume next week, maybe ramp up the run a little bit more, try to get that feel back in the water. And right now we are 6 weeks out from the Jersey Man Triathlon, which is kind of my next focus. Obviously Lake Placid is my really big focus for right now. But the Jersey Man is an Olympic distance triathlon. It's a local race. It's about 5 minutes down the street from my house. And I know I'm going to have some family coming out for that, which is super cool. And maybe some of my friends will come out and support, or people that I'm close with. And I'm just really looking forward to being able to show all of this fitness that I've been building up and show what I spend so much time doing in like a local vicinity. I feel like that's really, really cool. So I'm looking forward to that, and I'm looking forward to having another good week next week. Gonna keep at it. If you have stayed this long in the video, I really appreciate you. I know that as I start to post these videos, they're not gonna get a ton of views. That's just kind of the nature of like YouTube and posting, and being that I don't have a ton of followers, but it brings me joy to like create something based off of like what I just do with my daily life anyway. So I think it's super cool. And yeah, if you've stayed this far, thank you for watching. Definitely more videos to come. Follow my Instagram, Ryan Simonelli Fitness, Ryan Simonelli on TikTok. And thank you for all your support. I will see you guys in the next video.